Don't you think it's a little odd that we call ourselves YouTubers? I mean, I always think of a U-shaped potato. I like the word YouTubian better. Anyway, what kind of a haircut does a YouTubian get? A jump cut! I did some jump cuts at the beginning of my last video, and they really had nothing to do with the subject matter at all. They coincided with my haircut, and they might have been poking a little bit of fun at one of my viewers who said that my jump cuts made him dizzy. But they didn't have anything to do with Captain Valor. We all do jump cuts. Everybody on YouTube seems to do jump cuts. Some people do more jump cuts than others, and almost everybody does it better than I do it. So on to the main subject of my video today. I want to talk about art and what is art from my perspective. Now, it's true that art isn't always a dialogue, but I feel like there has to be at least the potential for more than a monologue, or it is an art. To explain my perspective, you should know that I made signs for a living for the last 10 years. And a lot of people seem to think that I should call myself a sign artist. And I was like, no, this is not art. We're open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day is not subject to interpretation. It only conveys what it says. Let's start with an example in the world of poetry. I promise it'll be really, really short. You probably heard of this dude. He's really famous. And this poem is also really famous. You've probably heard it before. It's called The Road Not Taken. It goes like this. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That's a pretty poem about a walk in the woods, right? But that's not the way poetry works. If it was just about a walk in the woods, it wouldn't be a poem. It's obviously about something else, and if you can't see past the surface of things, then you're not really seeing all there is to the art. You could say it's about life or politics, but you have to see something more in that poem than the walk in the woods. That's what art is. Take this dude. Pretty naked dude, right? If that's all you see when you look at Michelangelo's David, then you're missing the point. Yes, he's pretty, but the artist wasn't just saying, here's a pretty guy. If you know that the title of the piece is David, and you know that's a Bible story, then perhaps you'll see something spiritual in it. If you know that almost all of the art back then was religious, maybe you'll see something about male grace and beauty, maybe something about love in there. If you know that Florence had a lot of enemies at the time, then maybe you'll see something political in this statue. The point is, you have to be able to see something a little bit deeper than just, here's a pretty naked dude, when you look at Michelangelo's David. That's what art is, and I feel like that's what we get out of a lot of YouTube videos. Now, I'm certainly not saying that my videos are art, although they are obviously subject to misinterpretation just like anybody else's videos. But certainly I do feel like Captain Valor's ASL videos were art. And a lot of the videos being put out by a lot of YouTubians are art. Anyway, that's my perspective, and I'm open to hearing yours. And I will talk with you next time. Bye-bye.
Well, that was random.